Well, thank you guys for doing this for us. We really appreciate it.
No problem.
You know, we like to highlight who's buying in Belize, and because you know they run from young people to retirees and everything in between, to business owners, to people or entrepreneurs, people working as police officers and nurses. So we just like to get to know who's buying and what their plans are. So thanks a lot, and hopefully you don't mind. I got my better half here.
Oh no, it's great. It's great.
Yeah. She adds the softer perspective, you might say.
Well, sometimes I have answers to questions that are particularly women focused.
Oh, I love that.
You know,
great.
he doesn't really know the answer to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Men are clueless sometimes.
Well, no, you just don't have people saying, "Hey, baby, you're so beautiful."
I might. Just don't tell you about it.
Okay.
So let's just start off by just kind of tell us a little bit about who you are, where you're from, you know, that kind of good stuff.
Sure.
Yeah, you go ahead.
You want me to start?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're from Toronto. Grew up and raised in Toronto. We moved into our apartment here in High Park about a year ago in June, so almost a year. I work at the airport, the international airport here in Toronto, as a aircraft de-icing specialist. Most people don't know what that is, but it's really simple. Just in the wintertime, I clean the snow and ice and
Off the aircrafts.
Yeah.
So
That's pretty darn important.
It is. Yeah, this is my first season doing it, first winter, and I loved it. Best job I've had. So it's great. It's been great.
Yeah, and I'm a small business owner, so I specialize in dog accessories and clothing. So that's what I do. Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
I was in marketing and communications, and then just switched over and decided I wanted to do my own thing.
Quit her job and follow the dream. Yeah.
And do what you love. That's awesome.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Good deal. So how did you become interested in Belize?
It's a funny story.
Belize was never on our radar. We were taking a trip last April, just over a year ago now, and we were totally focused on Costa Rica. We were going to go to Costa Rica. Yeah. We were sold. We had done our research.
We bought the books.
We knew where we were going to stay. The only thing we didn't book were our flights. And by the time it came time to book our flights, we had left it too late and things were sold out. And because I only had about a week or so off, like our days weren't flexible. We weren't flexible with timing. So we had to go during this certain 7 to 10 days. So Costa Rica all of a sudden was out of the question. And I don't remember how Belize popped up, but it did. And I started researching Belize, and I was like, oh, this country looks interesting. And I sent Kaila a message. I said, oh, what about this Belize country? And we started looking, and we said, let's just do it.
And I was like so intrigued. I was like, this place is beautiful.
Yeah.
I
had heard of the country, but I knew absolutely nothing about it. I knew it was in Central America, but that was about it.
And we're travelers.
Big time, yeah.
So the fact that like we didn't know or were...
It was almost intriguing. It was like, ooh, I don't know much about this. Let's go see it.
Exactly.
Well, this is April of 2019, so about a year ago.
Yes.
So in 2019, you had never really heard of Belize.
Almost. Just heard of the name, obviously, but that was it.
That's it.
Yeah.
Wow. That's amazing. That's amazing. So you went down, you booked a flight down, but then you didn't just go to one place. You must have bounced around a bit throughout the country.
We did.
Yeah. So you can start with.
We landed in Belize City. Obviously, everyone does. And then we took a Tropic Air flight to Placencia. Mm-hmm. So we were in Placencia for 4 days, maybe.
Yeah, about 4 days.
And then the second half of our trip was in San Pedro on Ambergris Caye.
Okay, so those are the two places, Placencia. And where did you stay in Placencia?
What was
you remember?
Kalinda's cabins.
I think so.
It was a guest house, small little cabins right on the beach, maybe 7 or 8 little cabecitas or whatever they're called. But it was beautiful, very beautiful, affordable, colorful, right in town, right on the water. Yeah, it was awesome. Great. And
then you went to Ambergris Caye. And what areas of Ambergris Caye were you able to explore?
I'm trying to think of the map. We weren't right in the core of San Pedro. We were a little bit south, closer to the airstrip. that's where we stayed. That's where our Airbnb was. But we explored most of San Pedro, including Secret Beach. We rented a golf cart one day for 24 hours, and that was our trip up to Secret Beach.
That was really exciting. I felt like we were in the golf cart and our bodies were like
Yeah.
the entire time, but it was so fun.
The drive itself was like one of the highlights of that day. Yeah,
It's
Awesome.
my favorite too.
Yeah.
I love it.
it was
Yeah,
so-
it's so interesting you bring that up because I love going on TripAdvisor and reading the reviews of Secret Beach because you have, oh, it was the best day of my life, and oh, we drank rum punch and we did this, and then you have that one person that says the road is horrible, and I just was bouncing the entire way, and it was like the worst day of his life. You could just tell he hated every minute of it, and then like you guys, you're like that was part of the adventure.
Yeah, it was so much fun.
Yeah, we loved it. But that's how we discovered Secret Beach too, was just doing our research and online. Like it was almost like this not so secret beach, but it was like a place that we couldn't miss. So we had to make sure we saved time for that. And thank God we did.
Yeah.
Awesome. So you left. Did you investigate buying property at that time?
While we were there, we were really intrigued, and I was like, we need to buy something here. I love this country.
We've had a desire to like
Live
live abroad somewhere. Maybe not forever, but just try it out. Kaila lived in China for a year. That's another story.
Wow. 你会说普通话吗？
Oh wow, 谢谢.
我说的不好，真的不好。
Keep it up. Yeah, so we were thinking Costa Rica, which is why we were going to go down there. And like I said, we bought the book and everything. And then when we came to Belize, we were so intrigued. First of all, I was confused by, like, I guess the culture. Because we didn't know much of Belize. So we went down there, I was like, I don't get it.
The
diversity. So, for example, you're on one side of the street, there could be someone selling you tacos or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
And then the other side of the street, someone could be selling jerk chicken.
Yeah.
And then you're like, where am I?
Am I in Mexico? Am I in Jamaica?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that was so cool.
Yeah.
And the people were extremely friendly. Like you're walking down and people will say hi to you, and it was
Safe.
It was safe.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of things in the media that portray Belize as being this dangerous place, and the entire time we felt safe. So it was like, I feel like you need to go down and experience it for yourself rather than listening to the media and whatever, because we felt great down there. Yeah.
Cool. So you left, you went home back to the real life, so to speak.
Yeah.
And then fast forward to about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And things started to get a little bit more serious. So what prompted the desire to start to move forward with something?
I mean, I guess you can almost blame the coronavirus. We have more time to like research things, just try to better ourselves and trying to get into investing.
I'd also like to say that I think one of the reasons we decided to like pull the trigger on it was we watched your videos a lot. We watched it religiously.
Yeah.
And so afterwards, we saw the video with Sean, which you did a couple weeks ago, and we're like, this guy's Canadian too.
Yeah.
And he's buying a lot down there too. And I was like, okay, we need to contact him. And I sent you an email, and I was like, I'm jumping up and down right now. Would you be able to share Sean's email with us? And then once you did that, we spoke to Sean for like an hour.
We had a great Zoom chat with him.
Zoom chat with him.
Yeah.
It was amazing. And I was just like, we need to do this.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, I sent you an email, and I was like, Dennis,
let's do it.
We need to do it.
Oh,
So
that's
that
awesome.
was great. Like just knowing, like speaking to Sean, speaking to you, like again, doing our own research really solidified why we should be doing this.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. So you bought property near Secret Beach.
Yes.
We did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's so
good.
Very
exciting.
exciting.
And
Yeah.
so what are your like short-term and long-term plans for Belize? Do you have something in mind?
We definitely want to build something down there at some point. something for us, a vacation home or a place to live for a few months or however long. But we also were very intrigued with like renting, like being able to have maybe short-term rentals to rent out. But yeah, we don't know. We're going to sit on the lot, obviously, I think, for a while.
Mm-hmm.
We want to buy more. That's
Yes,
another thing.
That's the
Cool.
goal.
Oh yes, and I would love for you to buy more.
I know. Yeah, I know you would.
Because I always say, Mama needs new shoes.
Yeah. There you go. Steph needs new shoes. Don't blame me.
Yeah. No, that's cool. That's cool.
The idea of maybe buying more and then down the road selling and then building on the stuff that we've kept, that's an intriguing thought.
Sure. All right.
But definitely want to buy more. Like, we love Belize.
Well, congratulations, guys.
It's exciting.
Yeah, thanks for helping us.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's been great. You guys have been great to work with.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
We've enjoyed working with you.
Yeah.
Did you have any questions for Steph or I that maybe you thought over the past few days? I know this is impromptu, but
Yeah. How long have you guys lived in Belize?
So you guys do live there part-time?
Yeah, part-time. They do.
well, we lived there full time.
Full-time.
Oh,
Yeah.
Full time. We moved there. We like you guys. We're looking for an adventure. And maybe Steph can tell you the beginning of the story, not briefly.
Yeah, I'm not very brief. I wanted adventure since I was a little girl. I wanted to live outside of the U.S. I thought, there was a great big world out there. And he said, no, I'll stay in the U.S. forever, never. And I was like, come on, there's an English speaking place. We can go. Let's just go for a year. And he said, okay. We looked into Belize. This was 2002. We spent about a month there, and then we just fell in love with it. And then the next year, we moved completely for 1 year. And then we ended up staying there for 12 years, maybe?
13 total.
Okay, 13.
Full-time.
Full-time. Completely.
Yeah.
We were completely expats. And then my health got bad. I have a really severe fibromyalgia diagnosis, and mine is heat intolerant. So it makes it way worse when I'm in the heat. And it's gorgeous there all the time, 80-degree days, sunny, beautiful. But for me, that's not very good. So we had to go somewhere where it was more like Michigan, where we grew up, and more like with the Four Seasons. So we moved to Paris. And we have spent time there. And then just recently, we moved over, and we are in Strasbourg, France, right next to Germany.
Right.
So, but if it wasn't for my health, we would still be full-time in Belize. And we do go back a lot.
And people ask me, where is my, because we've traveled a lot too. We've been to 37 countries, lived all over the world. And to this day, my absolute favorite spot in the world is Ambergris Caye. I don't know if you guys ate at the Blue Water Grill when you were there.
Where is that exactly?
It's San Pedro town, right across from Tropic Air. It's a beachfront restaurant called the Blue Water Grill. And to me, having coffee there in the morning, watching the sun come up, or at Ruby's Cafe, there is nothing like that in the entire world. And we've been to China, Japan, like I said, 37 countries. But when that sun pops up, it's just paradise. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
That's how we felt.
Yeah.
We've been I've been to 20 countries myself. Kayla's about the same.
Yeah.
Wow.
Something about Belize was like, what is it about this place?
Yeah.
It's an easy place to relocate to because, like you said, the locals are very friendly. And when you walk down the beach or you walk down the street, people, even if you're just going for a walk, they're like, do you want to ride? Jump on my golf cart. You might not even know them. And then once you do know them, they'll be like, hey, Miss Stephanie, hey, Mr. Dennis, how are you doing? And how's your kids till you know them? And, it's just really friendly. It's like a small town atmosphere that you don't get very often in the States or Canada anymore.
Absolutely.
Yes, definitely not.
People literally say hello to you when you're passing by. Hello. Yeah. It's really nice. So I did have another question in regard. So right now, I know that you both are doing the real estate, but what else were you doing while you were down there when you were younger? Like prior to the 13 years that you were there, what were you doing? I guess to gain income is I think what a lot of people want to know.
In the U.S. or while we're in Belize?
In Belize.
Okay, so when we first moved to Belize, we had some savings that we saved up, and we would go back and forth. We would live in Belize for, say, 2 or 3 months, 4 months, and then work in the States. I had a decorative concrete business.
Oh, cool.
Very minimal equipment. I could just jump back to the States, do my little concrete business for 2 or 3 months, save up enough money to go back. But then it just got, we didn't want to leave Belize, right? because
yeah.
you want to be there permanently. So I got involved in real estate, and real estate's been very good for us. But a lot of my clients, I always recommend they try to find some sort of online job.
Yes.
So it could be coaching, training, website development,
Teaching English.
teaching English. Yeah, go get your certification now for teaching English,
To Chinese students.
or to Chinese students, right? Yeah. Or if you speak Mandarin, offer Mandarin classes. But try to do something online, because you're making North American dollars, so Canadian or US dollars, living in Belize, which is a lot cheaper. It's much easier to make a living like that than trying to find something on island that pays you.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah. So that's what I recommend. And now, with the coronavirus, I think we're going to see a lot more businesses go to an office platform, a lot more Zoom activity and things. So this could actually be the catalyst for a lot of couples to make the move.
That's very true.
Cut that leash,
I know.
Yeah.
That's very true. Yeah, we can't wait till we can make that move.
Yeah, well, like your business, Kaila, with pet accessories,
right.
that could be ran from Belize, I'm sure.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people too who love dogs, and there's a huge, I think you would really get into it, group of people on the island who are just really into taking great care of their animals.
Yeah.
So it's, like a bonding community. I see it a lot on like the Ambergris Caye pages.
And the saga.
And it's like really caring people. So I think they would like that too, but also you could sell to, North American clients.
Right. That sounds amazing. That makes me really excited.
That'd be so cool.
I'm coming down next week.
Oh, that's good.
We had to cancel our Airbnbs for May. We had a trip. We were coming down in May.
Really?
We were ready to have Bellikins with you and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It's heartbreaking.
Soon.
Yeah.
Well, let's stay in touch. You guys let me know. As soon as I hear that flights are opening back up, I'll let you know, and you do the same for me. And then maybe we can rendezvous, the four of us down there on Secret Beach, and
show you Blue Water Grill, because they have a great steak at night too.
Oh yeah, good filet mignon.
Yeah, all sorts of good stuff.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Sounds amazing.
All right. Well, thanks a lot, guys.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
So keep in touch, and if we can do anything at all to help, let us know.
Thank you so much, Dennis. Thank you, Steph.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys. See ya.